AI in multiple counteroffer situations. Introduction. 5 offers in one weekend. In the previous section, we discussed how artificial intelligence can help organize negotiation strategies, evaluate counteroffers, and generate potential solutions during negotiations. While negotiating with one buyer can be challenging, today's Arizona market occasionally presents a more complicated situation. Multiple buyers competing for the same property. Imagine listing a home in Gilbert on Thursday afternoon. By Sunday evening, 5 offers have arrived. 1 is cash. 1 offers the highest purchase price. 1 includes a large appraisal gap guarantee. 1 has minimal contingencies. 1 includes a flexible closing date that perfectly matches the seller's needs. The seller looks at their agent and asks, "What should I do now?" This is where multiple offer situations become both exciting and challenging. The goal is no longer simply evaluating a single offer. The goal becomes analyzing multiple opportunities while protecting the seller's interests, maintaining confidentiality, and complying with Arizona law and professional standards. Artificial intelligence can help organize competing offers, identify strengths and weaknesses, and simplify comparisons. However, just as with negotiations, AI should never make the decision. The seller remains the decision maker. Understanding multiple offer situations. A multiple offer situation occurs when a seller receives more than one offer before accepting a contract. Many agents assume the highest offer automatically wins. Experienced professionals know that is rarely true. A seller may prioritize highest price, fastest closing, fewest contingencies, strongest financing, cash terms, possession flexibility, reduced risk. Every seller's priorities are different. The challenge is helping the seller evaluate all available options without becoming overwhelmed by the volume of information. This is one area where AI can provide tremendous value through organization and comparison. Understanding multiple counteroffers. Many sellers ask an important question: can I counter more than one buyer? The answer is that sellers may issue multiple counteroffers. However, doing so creates potential risks that must be understood carefully. Imagine a seller sends nearly identical counteroffers to 3 different buyers. What happens if all 3 buyers accept? The seller can only sell the property once. This is why multiple counteroffer situations require careful management and communication. Artificial intelligence can help organize the offers and identify differences, but agents must understand the legal implications of the negotiation process. The importance of confidentiality. Confidentiality becomes especially important during multiple offer negotiations. One of the most common mistakes agents make is sharing too much information about competing offers. Buyers often ask, "How much is the other offer? Is mine the highest? What terms did the other buyer offer?" These questions create potential confidentiality concerns. AAC R428-1101 requires licensees to protect their clients' interests while dealing fairly with all parties. Artificial intelligence does not change those obligations. Confidential information should never be entered into AI systems or shared in ways that violate brokerage policies or fiduciary duties. The best practice is to focus on the seller's objectives rather than revealing details about competing offers. Understanding disclosure limitations. Many buyers believe they are entitled to know exactly what competing buyers are offering. That is generally not the case. The seller controls what information is disclosed during negotiations. Some sellers choose to disclose the existence of multiple offers. Others choose not to disclose specific details. The key is consistency, professionalism, and compliance with brokerage policies. AI can help create communication templates and seller consultation materials, but disclosure decisions remain the responsibility of the parties involved. Using AI to create offer comparison matrices. One of the most practical uses of AI in a multiple offer situation is creating comparison matrices. Imagine evaluating 5 different offers. Each contains different prices, different contingencies, different closing dates, different financing terms, different possession requests. Trying to compare all of this information mentally can be difficult. AI can help organize the information into a side-by-side comparison chart. For example, purchase price, earnest money, financing type, appraisal contingency, inspection period, closing date, seller concessions, possession terms. This allows sellers to evaluate offers objectively rather than emotionally. Looking beyond purchase price. One of the biggest lessons experienced agents learn is that purchase price tells only part of the story. Consider the following offers. Offer A, $600,000 with conventional financing. Offer B, $590,000 cash with a 10-day close. Offer C, $615,000 with significant seller concessions and appraisal contingencies. Which is best? The answer depends on the seller's priorities. Artificial intelligence can help identify strengths and weaknesses associated with each offer. This creates a more informed discussion and often leads to better decision-making. Understanding escalation clauses. Escalation clauses occasionally appear in competitive markets. These provisions generally attempt to increase a buyer's offer if competing offers exceed a specified amount. While escalation clauses may appear attractive, they also create additional considerations. How will competing offers be verified? What documentation may be required? How do the terms affect negotiations? These situations often require careful review and broker guidance. AI can help organize the terms of escalation clauses and identify questions requiring additional analysis. However, AI should never be relied upon for legal interpretations of contract language. Evaluating risk factors beyond price. The strongest offer is often the offer with the fewest surprises. Some common risk factors include financing uncertainty, lengthy inspection periods, appraisal concerns, sale of home contingencies, possession complications, delayed closing schedules. Artificial intelligence can help identify these risks and present them in a format that is easier for sellers to evaluate. This often helps shift the conversation from price alone to overall transaction quality. Using backup offers strategically. Sometimes a seller accepts one offer while keeping another buyer interested through a backup position. Backup offers can provide additional protection if the primary transaction fails. AI can help compare backup offer candidates by organizing price, terms, contingencies, closing timelines, risk factors. This allows sellers to evaluate not only their primary offer, but also their secondary options. A strong backup offer can provide valuable peace of mind during escrow. Broker risk management multiple offer situations create some of the highest risk transactions in real estate. Miscommunication, confidentiality breaches, missed deadlines, disclosure concerns, negotiation misunderstandings. For this reason, brokers often establish procedures for handling multiple offer situations. ARS Section 32-2153 and AAC R4-28-1101 continue to apply regardless of the technology being used. Artificial intelligence may improve organization, but it does not reduce professional responsibilities. Agents remain accountable for their conduct, communications, and compliance. A real Arizona scenario. Imagine a Scottsdale seller receives 4 offers. One is the highest price. One is cash. One offers a large earnest money deposit. One offers a post-possession arrangement that perfectly matches the seller's moving schedule. Without organization, the seller may focus only on price. Using AI, the agent creates an offer comparison matrix that evaluates all major terms. After reviewing the entire picture, the seller chooses the cash offer because certainty and timing are more important than achieving the highest possible purchase price. The AI did not choose the offer. The AI organized the information. The seller made the decision. Conclusion: multiple offer situations create exciting opportunities, but also introduce additional risks. Price is important. However, contingencies, financing, timelines, possession terms, and overall transaction certainty often play an equally important role. Artificial intelligence can help organize competing offers, identify strengths and weaknesses, and create objective comparisons that improve seller decision-making. When used properly, AI helps reduce confusion and improve communication. However, confidentiality, professional judgment, and fiduciary responsibilities remain essential. Because in a competitive market, success is not simply about receiving multiple offers. It is about helping the seller understand which offer best accomplishes their goals. Online discussion question 1. Why is the highest offer not always the best offer in a multiple offer situation? Answer: other factors such as financing strength, contingencies, closing timelines, appraisal risk, and overall transaction certainty may be equally important to the seller. Question 2. How can AI assist during a multiple offer situation? Answer: AI can organize offer terms, create comparison matrices, identify strengths and weaknesses, and help sellers evaluate competing offers more effectively. Question 3. Why is confidentiality important when multiple offers are received? Answer: disclosure of confidential information may violate professional obligations, fiduciary duties, brokerage policies, and client expectations.